Hello guys, welcome to our channel Market Wisdom. So I'm coming up with a video after a long time. Remember my last video, I told clearly that do not trade right now if you are doing options trading. The reason was quite clear. You can see the kind of volatility we have these days, right? So it's out of questions or out of hands of a normal retail person. Either your view should be on the put side, or you should be exiting from the market right now because of volatility is at very high. And if your view is on the bull side or positive side, then you must be in a position to hit your stop loss. So better if you take a trade with strict stop loss you should take. Otherwise you can wait for some good level market to cross, and then only we can enter. Or else what we can do right now is we can buy our regular Nifty index or Nifty ETF, okay, or bank B's, Nifty B's, that we can buy for long term purpose point of view. And that is how we can be in the market. But if you are an option trader, then you must have a good long experience in current market conditions to how to trade or how to adjust your position. Otherwise it will continue to hit your stop losses, and it will definitely erode your capital. So now the important question is when we can enter into the market. Or if you are trading right now, where should keep our stop loss and all those things, right? So for that, first of all, what I can do is I will quickly go to the weekly chart. So in the weekly chart we can see this red indicator, red graph, red line right now representing 50-day moving average, and the blue one is indicating 200-day moving average for weekly chart. Okay, and in weekly chart what it has spent quite a good amount of time in this particular period, okay, in this particular zone, almost 6-7 weeks it has spent time over here. So definitely this will act as a support, first support for us, and it will not break in the first go. Okay, so what we can observe from the graph right now, it is creating a M pattern. So if you see, this is the first top, then it came down, and then it is going up, it has went up, and then it came down. So right now it has broken the neckline of our M chart at around this area, 16,800, 16,600. Okay, and it is already trading below. Now how much we can expect? We can expect up to this level, that is 15,500. Okay, so this should act as a support for us. Okay, and from here it should spend some amount of time. Okay, that's the first indication that we can come up with. Now let's look at the daily chart. Okay, daily chart for Nifty. So if I'm opening that, I will remove all the things. So in daily chart, if you see, right now we are trading way below the moving average of 200. So pink, this blue line is indicating 200-day moving average, right? So it is standing at 16,800, 16,900 right now. And unless and until if we cross this particular level, we don't need to be extra bullish in the market. Okay, so it should cross this 200-day moving average, and then only we should be on the bull side. Otherwise every rise is a selling opportunity for us in the market right now. In this video only I will express I will give you an idea about the death crossover and a golden crossover. Okay, so now we will come back to that. Right now Nifty is not showing any death crossover, but yeah, the only sign for us to be on the bull side is after crossing this 16,800. That's the first point. And this 16,500 15,500 will be our support area, right? So the range for Nifty in the next week is definitely now 16,800 on the upper side, and 15,800 to 15,500 will be on the downside. So this will be our range for Nifty, and it should hover in between this area like this, and any side breakout it will give us a good amount of up move or down move. Okay, and the current indicators that we have is definitely a crude oil we have to look for, and also a gold also we have to look for. Because of this war situation, crude oil and commodities are increasing right now, right? So that will give us a clear indication whenever market has to bounce, these crude oil and these other commodities will fall first of all, and then only our market all over the world markets will go up. That is the first indication when we can expect a bounce side. Okay, so right now my levels are 15,500 on the downside and 16,800 on the upper side. Market should hover in between these 1,200 points, and there will be buying opportunity I will see at 15,500. Okay, and at that point I will go long in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and right now also I am buying few of the stocks and ETFs and mutual funds. I am buying Nifty index funds and Bank Nifty index funds, and on the ETF side I am buying Nifty and Bank Nifty Bs right now, as of now. Okay, now we'll see what is golden crossover and a death crossover. So first of all we'll see a death crossover. Death crossover is nothing but it is considered as whenever 50-day moving average is crossing the 200-day moving average on the downside. Okay, so where we can see that right now Nifty and Bank Nifty both 50 and 200-day moving average are trading at with lot of gap right now. You can see gap over here, but there are some stocks who already turn into the negative territory, or they already shown a death crossover. So take example of HDFC. Okay, so in HDFC if we see, so you can see over here, right, this 200-day moving indicator is a blue line, and red one is indicating a 50-day moving average, and you can see 50-day moving average is crossing over here the 200-day moving average, right? So this is a death crossover, and you can see whenever a death crossover happens, what we can say, the funda in the market is, it says stock is in the bearish grip, and it should continue to fall a lot. Okay, so right now it is clearly indicating us death crossover over here around this area 2600, this HDFC, and it is keep on going downside. So any bounce should be looked as a selling opportunity unless this 200-day moving average is crossed. So that's the indication of a death crossover. So you might have understand now, the whenever 50-day moving average crossing 200-day moving average on the downside, that is called as a death crossover. And how many stocks are showing death crossover? Let's check good examples right now. Wipro is at the verge of a breaking. You can see that red indicator line is about to cross this blue indicator line, so it is on the verge of showing a what we can say, death crossover. Okay, any stock if trading below 200-day moving average, it is termed as a bearish sign. Okay, but right now it is already in the bearish sign, this ICICI Bank, but death crossover is not yet happened in ICICI Bank chart. Let's take a look of example of Reliance. So whether it is showing, no, it is also not showing any death crossover for us. Any other stock? DLF, let's take example of DLF. No, it is again not. So only HDFC is showing us a death crossover. So we'll check few more examples so that we can understand clearly. Sun Pharma also not. LNT, let's look. LNT also must not be the case. What is the ONGC? ONGC also might not. ONGC also not. Maruti, let's take a look at the Maruti. Maruti is volatile stock right now. So if it is crossing, no, it is not crossing. This here, what is it is doing, red line is crossing the blue line, so this is called as a golden crossover, and from here Nifty, that particular stock shows a very good up move. Okay, and this should be checked on the daily time frame. Okay, so right now Maruti has crossed, when it crossed at 7,200, and now it is again at the same level, so 7,000 should act as a support for Maruti. That's what we can see. But yeah, Maruti already crossed golden crossover, and it has shown a very good up move. Let's check any other stock. MGL, I'm selecting from whatever list I have. So you can see in MGL, this has made a golden what we can say, death crossover over here at the level of let's check what was the level, 1132. So 1130-34, at that time only it had made a death crossover, and it is clearly in the bear trend. Okay, so you can see how much it has fallen. So this is a good indication. So right now keep a note of the stocks which are showing the signs of a death crossover. So Wipro is right now on the verge of that. Adani Port, let's look at the Adani Port. Adani Port, where is Adani Port? Yeah, it is also making a death crossover here. Okay, so let me remove all the drawing. You can see it has also made a death crossover at the 735. So it is now again in the bearish grip. Okay, so make note of that. Let's take M&M. M&M, it is not yet. I would like to see what is the case of Infosys and TCS. Infosys is not yet. TCS is also not yet. Then HDFC Bank. These are the main stocks that I wanted to. Yeah, HDFC Bank just made, at 1500 it has made this death crossover. Red line is crossing the blue line, and at 1500 it has made a crossover, and you can see the result. It has went up to 1340. So that's the magic of death crossover. So this is how we can see death crossover. What else? Hindu HUL. I would like to see Hind Unilever. Let's see what is the case with Hind Unilever. So where is that? Yeah, here it is. HUL. Yeah, it has also made a death crossover. You can see red line crossing the blue line at the level of 2400, and it has already made a very good down move. So this is the impact of a death crossover. And let's see the other way around, that is golden crossover. So if we go in the past, so you can see here, yeah. So whenever any this red line crossing the blue line from down to top, that is called as a golden crossover. So you can see at 2100 in the past it had made a golden crossover, and it has shown a very good up move over here. Okay, so this is the magic of golden crossover and a death crossover. So let's take another example, maybe ONGC. Let's see when it had made a golden crossover. So yeah, you can see over here it had made this golden crossover at the time of 77, a red line crossing the blue line, and it had made a very good up move here. So this is how we can trade using the golden crossover and death crossover. Let's check Bank Nifty. What is the scenario over here? Okay, Bank Nifty is about to make a death crossover. Red line may cross this blue line, and if it is crossed, then we can see a proper bearish signs in the Bank Nifty. And you can see this golden crossover. What happened over here at the time of 22,000, this red line crossed the blue line, and it had made a very good up move. So this is how we can see golden crossover and death crossover, and we can trade accordingly. So for that, what we just need to do, we need to add this indicator, moving average, 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average, and that is how we can come to know when the death crossover and the golden crossover, and we can take a trade accordingly. So yeah, and in Bank Nifty from next week point of view, we can see this is the support area right now. Bank Nifty, it had made already couple of attempts in this area, that is the level of 34,000 round figure, and below that we will have directly support in this area, that is 30,000 round figure. Okay, so there is one more support at this level, 32,000, but that time it will make this death crossover, and it will definitely come 30,000. So let's see what happens, and we will see how the Nifty and Bank Nifty moves. But yeah, please stay cautious and keep looking crude oil and gold prices, and whenever they are falling, our markets will go up. That's the funda that you need to remember. Please like, share and subscribe my channel, and have a nice day and nice weekend. Thank you.